Ladies and gentlemen, Vince here. Some brand new reward apps have hit the market, but are they even any good? Let's find out together. Hope you enjoy. First up, we have the app Bingo Bounty. It's always nice when a new bingo game hits the market, everyone, but again, usually with these type of games, you really have to be realistic with expectations. This is what it looks like when you launch it up. Top of the screen, you have your in-game coins. Middle of the screen, you can choose how many cards you want to play with at once. And underneath that, you have the supposed earning aspect of the in-game gems, a timer that counts down from 3 hours, and the supposed PayPal currency. Now, there is a shop system as well that will help you actually play the app. And yes, as I was talking, an advertisement did just play, everyone. So you will get ads every single 30 to 60 seconds non-stop. So please keep this in mind. They also do have the task-based system as well, where you can get the bingo cards as well as the other in-app items. One thing to note here, they also have a lucky scratch system where you can win the in-app items again. I found that even if I didn't get any of the items, I still managed to get some gems out of it. Here you can see I can get 610 gems, I can watch an advertisement to get the full amount, or I can press cancel and get nothing. But pressing cancel will play an ad automatically, so that's how they kind of force you to watch that ad. This is what the actual bingo aspect looks like. Top of the screen, you have the numbers being called. You can also speed up the game. To the right of that, you have a little mini game bar that you can fill up. And then obviously in the middle of the screen, you have the actual bingo game itself. Now, this is very self-explanatory. I'm sure you guys understand how to play bingo. Bottom right corner of the screen, you also have your account balance as well as the timer. So continuing to play here is going to rack up either an ad prompt or eventually the mini game. And there's another forced ad. I really dislike how the ads will interrupt everything, guys, even if you're on the menu. Either way, I can watch another advertisement to earn 400 of the gems from the actual lucky wheel, or I can press cancel and get forced to watch another ad. And realistically, that is all there is to the application. I'm not going to waste your time diving into any other aspects, everyone. This is all you really need to see at this point. So you can imagine this on repeat, essentially, over and over again. Just quickly wanted to say, if you enjoy what I do here on YouTube every single week, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My life has been crazy lately. YouTube's been crazy lately with policy changes, etc. Just making it very difficult to make these videos. But you guys being around here, still watching, means the world to me. So thank you so much. So everyone, I played for around 1 hour and 8 minutes non-stop, and I generated 41,000 of the gems. And that converted into 16 cents worth of USD currency. I'll get to the withdrawal in a second, everyone, because then I did another test starting at 32 minutes, played non-stop, and that converted into 7 cents USD. And then I played for around an hour and a half again and generated 17,000 of the gems. And that 7 cents turned into 13 cents USD. So in regards to the withdrawal, I am happy to say, everyone, both those withdrawals did hit my PayPal account straight away, my own experience here in Australia. So that was cool to see, but does that make the app any good? Realistically, no, not here in Australia in my own experience. But look, the bottom line is, I know some people out there do enjoy these type of applications. I'm just a reviewer after all, reviewing new apps. So that's my review on Bingo Bounty. Let's move on. Next up, we have Gilded Vertex. And this is what it looks like when you first launch it up. Top of the screen, you have your gem-based currency, your 3-hour countdown, and your supposed PayPal currency. As you can see, I have 6 cents in the bank right now. Underneath that, you have your various categories of gems that you can actually win. And straight away, you can see they're going for that fake slot element, everyone. You guys understand how these work. You need to generate as many gems as possible in the 3-hour time span by continuously spinning. Then you'll obviously get prompted to watch an advertisement. Again, they'll give you multipliers if you do watch those ads. They also have a lucky card system where you can get a small fraction of the gems the more you play. But what I did find is that every single time you do use the app, it does take up a little bit of the gems in your balance. So please keep that in mind. Again, everyone, just remember there's no real relevance to slots at all. It's all fake, of course. All that matters is the gems. And as you can see, apparently we just hit the mini there for 5 gems. I can either watch the ad or I can claim 10% of that prize. That is a terrible way to force you to watch an ad. But let's do it. My biggest problem with it though, everyone, is that even when you don't want to watch an advertisement, it'll force one anyway. And even if you're doing nothing, an advertisement will play every single like 45 seconds or so. So please keep this in mind. Essentially, what you're seeing right now is all you're going to get. There's nothing else to the application. They do have that little chip counter there for the bonus where they'll give you like a free mini game. But again, it's one of these little apps that offers the minuscule rewards. So how did the test go? I started my test off at 1 hour and 24 minutes, played it all the way down to 29 minutes, and generated 356 of the in-game gems. And I have to say, everyone, that was easy, like 100 ads almost. That converted into 10 cents worth of USD currency. And to make things worse, they put me behind a spin wall, everyone. I had to spin 100 times in order to actually activate the withdrawal. So then after that, I played for another 30 minutes and generated 3 more cents. And that redeem button did become available now. So I am happy to say that yes, I did withdraw that 13 cents worth of currency, everyone, and it did arrive to my PayPal account within about 20 minutes or so. So look, in my experience, it did come through, but does that mean it's even worth the time and effort? Considering my new spin requirement is 150 times to withdraw 6 cents, I definitely cannot say it is, okay? At least here in Australia, it's a no-go. That's my review on Gilded Vertex, everyone. You can do whatever you want with that information. Let's move on to the next app. Next up, we have Ucrush, and this is what it looks like when you first launch it up. Top of the screen, you have your Satoshi currency, as well as your in-game currency, which you can use for upgrades, as well as your next goal. You can imagine a game like this, everyone. All you need to do is go through and essentially update the items that you can crush with the hydraulic press by continuously buying new ones, okay? Although there is premium in-game purchases, we won't worry about that. So the concept's very straightforward. At the top of the screen, you have your pressure meter as well as the hydraulic press. Then you have the object you're going to crush. And to do that, all you need to do is tap the press button and hold it down. You'll notice that you get a certain amount of coins as well if you destroy the item. So let's do that now, everyone. Let's crush this little object, and there we go. And at that point, an advertisement's gonna play. Now, you can imagine this on repeat, essentially. This is literally all you do, okay? Now, I know some people might enjoy a game like this, but at the end of the day, everyone, once you actually see how much time it takes, you might be put off it. In my experience, though, these developers are known for giving a small fraction of ad revenue in return for Satoshi. So keep that in mind, everyone. You have to keep expectations very realistic here. You'll notice at the top right corner of the screen, though, we do have 4 Satoshi. So, how did my actual test go? Well, everyone, I started my test off obviously at 0 Satoshi. I played for 1 hour and 20 minutes and generated 102 Satoshi in total. At bare minimum, you're going to be seeing 50 to 70 ads. At least I did in Australia. Now, heading to the withdrawal area, you'll notice here that I redeemed 102 Satoshi. And yes, everyone, I am happy to say that those Satoshis were actually delivered to my Zebedee account straight away, at least in my own experience. So 11 USD currency, everyone, for around an hour and a half almost of playing a game. The only benefit is that it's Satoshi, which means that it can grow or decline in revenue over time because it's obviously Bitcoin. But that's the best thing it has going for it right now. Other than that, not much. So that's my review on Ucrush. Let's move on to the next app. Next up, we have Plinko Ball. Again, with any type of Plinko app out there, no matter what you see, everyone, always have your guard up, okay? Plinko apps have been notorious for being scams over the years, even post virus days back in the day, okay? Anyway, this is what it looks like. Top of the screen, we have our coin-based currency, as well as a 3-hour timer, and then our supposed PayPal currency. Underneath that, of course, we have our Plinko machine. So they do have a check-in area here in case you guys want to get the extra in-game currencies. And they also have a task-based system as well. Same concept, everyone, for the in-game currency. Interesting enough, they do have like a little machine here that will give you currency as well if you actually go through and watch the advertisement. So I'll just show you it now. Watch this, everyone, okay? Look at this machine going crazy. Then it drops out a little ball, and that opens up into the ad prompt. So at this point, we can get 7 times the reward here if we watch the ad. Now, depending if it's the first opening of the day, that will decide if the ad prompt will appear. Because now you can see the ad prompt has appeared the second time I use the machine. And that's how it will be by default for today's run. Now, this is the actual Plinko aspect. There's quite a bit going on here. At the top of the screen, we have a little spinning wheel. Obviously, that's going to land on something the more we play. Then out of nowhere, a prompt will appear, trying to get you to obviously watch ads. Same situation as always. Even if you don't want to watch the ad, one will play automatically every single minute. We also do have a piggy bank system as well, which will fill up gradually the more we play. So simply tapping the screen is going to drop the Plinko balls. Again, I'm sure you guys understand how Plinko works. At the bottom of the screen, we have our little reward area. And again, now we have another prompt. So from a playability aspect, there's really not much game to it. It's more watching ads over and over again. Granted, it would be nice if I was actually able to play the game for 30 seconds straight without something appearing on the screen like you just saw then. Now we have a lucky flip system. Let's see what we get. Hopefully something decent. And there you go. Again, it turns it into another prompt. So now we can get 10 times the coins. Everything's to like prime you and prep you to watch ads, okay? Like again, another one. This time it's a lucky scratch system. I mean, granted, I do like they mix it up a bit. So everyone, that's realistically all there is, okay? I'm not gonna waste your time showing you anything more. Just expect to see ads every single 60 seconds or so. I started off today's test at a full timer almost and played all the way down to 1 hour and 42 minutes, everyone. And that only generated me 15,000 of the coins. And once that timer ran out, that rewarded me with 8 cents worth of USD currency, which is extremely low for the amount of ads I saw. Now, in regards to the withdrawal system, you can see here, everyone, I withdrew that 8 cents worth of USD currency, and I am happy to say within 24 hours that was rewarded to my PayPal account without any issues, at least in my experience. So unless you're like phone farming or something like that, I cannot imagine actually sitting through and trying to play this on a daily basis. It just doesn't make sense. Realistically, everyone, there are much better options in the market, but at least now you know about it, and at least they actually did honor their word this time. Granted, I can't speak for the future, but that's my review on Plinko Ball in 2025 so far. Next up, we have Playcash. So this is Playcash, everyone. It really tries to mimic BestPlay. I don't know if you guys have heard of BestPlay. For the people that do watch this channel, they know exactly what BestPlay is. Top of the screen, it has the loyalty coin system, as well as the rewards that you can apparently withdraw. You'll notice as well, there is a timer that's counting down. Now, this is a 4-hour timer, instead of the standard 3-hour timer. There is a newcomer activity, okay, where it states you can earn 50 cents. So here's the thing, everyone. While this is a nice little system, and if I tap withdraw, boosted me up to 51 cents technically. I played these super fast earning games as well as the other games that were available, and in return, it gave 1 single cent. Now, can you imagine how low that is on the scale of things, everyone? That's probably some of the lowest ever seen. I mean, granted, they do have various games available here that you can jump between, but here in Australia, that rate is beyond terrible. Let's just say I want to cash out the 51 cents. Of course, in Australia, the minimum is $1. You will also need to enter in your mobile number. Now, because they have playtime rewards, in my opinion, the only way you're actually going to get any of the coins is through the playtime reward system. But it just gives such a low amount of currency. To put it into perspective here, everyone, I played Idle Junkyard Tycoon, and I got 10,000 of the supposed coins. I achieved 2 of the tasks, which allowed me to get that 50 cents you just saw. But that was just a little welcome reward, everyone. That had nothing to do with the actual playtime reward system. And I played Idle Junkyard Tycoon easily for 1 hour and 30 minutes to even get to that point. Now, granted, luckily the game itself is actually pretty fun all in all, okay? But this has nothing to do with Playcash. Look at the test, everyone. 3 hours and 16 minutes was left on the timer. I then played the games within Playcash for 1 hour straight, which generated 20,000 coins. And then I played for almost another hour and 20 minutes to only get 8,000 more coins. And then to show it again, it converted into 1 single cent. That is so bad. The only use I could ever see for Playcash is with the daily activities, but even then, they depend on country heavily, and if you don't have a good playtime reward system in your country, you're in big trouble. So that's my review on Playcash right now, everyone. I really hope they improve this app, because right now, it's just untouchable here in Australia, or at least in my opinion. Let's move on to the next app. Next up, we have FreePlay. So the blows just keep on coming here, everyone, because this is FreePlay, and while it looks like it has some great potential, sadly, it let me down massively, and I feel like it will do the same in your country as well. Top of the screen, we have our loyalty point system of coins, as well as our account balance, and the goal. Now, to be fair, there are a few ways that we can actually generate these loyalty coins, including watching an advertisement, completing offers through an offer wall, doing a playtime reward system, and taking survey. Their offer wall is a revenue universe one, which at least here in Australia has terrible rates. And to make matters worse, they don't give you a true currency conversion rate. They simply use their loyalty coin system, so you have no idea what you're actually earning, which is a huge problem. Watching an ad will give you 3,000 of the points, which I did a lot for today's test. And while they do have a playtime reward system, again, it's broken down into their loyalty coin system, so you have no idea what's actually going on. From a user's perspective, you want to know how much you're actually going to make by playing these games and wasting time on them. To be fair, there are a lot of games to choose from though, so that's pretty cool. Now, same things with the surveys, everyone. They're using CPX research, but again, it's in their currency system, not a true dollar amount. They only have 5 of their own applications, by the way, on their games list. And realistically, there's really not too much to them, everyone. I mean, the whole goal is just to get advertisement prompts so you can generate the loyalty coins. They also have a tournament system, which in my opinion is actually pretty unique. You can see here, everyone, there's different prize pools depending on what you're willing to actually put up and risk. I don't really like systems like this because you don't ever want to lose what you spent hours to generate. So for today's test, I started off at 10,000 of the coins. I played for 1 hour and a half, everyone, and generated 57,000 of the coins. That converted into 6 cents worth of currency. I then repeated the exact same test again, and that converted into 12 cents worth of currency, but then I played for another 3 hours to generate 131,000 coins. And that only gave me 3 more cents. cents. And I have to say, that was brutal to see. If you want to withdraw your currency, there's an actual minimum system in place. In fact, you need a minimum of 25 cents euro to make a withdrawal. But from what I can see, it does support PayPal currency and you can donate. But these rates are terrible here in Australia. That's my review on FreePlay, everyone. Not worth the time at all, at least in my own experience. Perhaps for you, it might play different. But your time's the most precious thing on earth. You don't want to waste it, alright? Check out my channel for almost 1,000 reviews, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.